Dimuth, what's the mood in the camp like then on the eve of the first game?
Yeah, I think we all are, very exciting. They are very keen to play the first match. I think they were well prepared. So I think we'll try to do a good match in tomorrow.
Dimuth, your team come into the competition with a lot of players who are unexpected, and yesterday someone asked Owen Morgan about, he said Sri Lanka are the surprise packet because I've been playing for 10 years and I have not played about 7 or 8 of them. What is your sort of response to the fact that this is a team that has not played together for a long time, number one? And how would you say the warm-ups went? Because you had 2 defeats in a row. So how do you handle that kind of a preparation going into the World Cup?
Yeah, I think all the members did really well in the recent past. I think in the domestic level, that's why selectors want to give them a chance. All the other guys they played last couple of years. I think they failed to perform for Sri Lanka, so that's why selectors want to give them give a chance to who does well in domestic season. And I think we're trying to do we did some experiment in the last 2 practice game. So winning or losing doesn't matter. We just want to give them a chance and to get a best 11. So that's what I want to do with my players. I think we are not worried about the winning or losing the practice game, but I think we prepared, and I think now we know who are the 11 who are going to play the first match.
Just a very simple question from me. Are you good enough to beat the Kiwis? And
Sorry?
why?
Yes, we are. I think we did really well. I think we compete a few matches. I expect a couple of games. I think if we did really well in all 3 department, I think we can definitely beat Kiwis.
Dimuth, how have the devastating events at home affected the team's build up to this tournament?
I think we did really well. We practiced as hard. When we came early here and we did some camp things. We want to team together. Those are the things, key factors. If you play in a World Cup like this, we have 9 games, so you have to be as a group, as a unit. I think we did really good homework, so we were well prepared for the first game.
Dimuth, how have you changed? I suppose how's the captaincy changed you? Do you feel like you're sort of feeling your way into that leadership role?
It doesn't matter, whoever the captain inside, you have to perform really well. I think I'm not surprised because I did really well in South Africa, and I work with lots of captain recent past. I know what boys want to do, what they expecting. So I really know my boys really well. So that's why I can easily work with them. So it doesn't matter whoever the captaining. We want to play as a group, as a unit, and do well in the middle.
What do you think the strengths are of the New Zealand side?
Sorry, say it again.
What do you think the strengths are of the New Zealand side? What do they do best? What do you fear the most from them?
I think the key factor is the main 2 bowlers who I think Southee and Bowl, they did really well in the practice game as well. So if we get a good start, I think definitely we can go for a big score. If you take the 2 practice game, Bowl took more wickets both games. So those are the key factors we were looking forward to. And it's if you see the wickets, it's a bit greeny. So we need to bat really well. If we want to if you want to stay with the game, we have to definitely have a good. We need to bat really well.
Dimuth, I don't know if you've seen and the squad have seen, I don't know if it motivates you or not, but a lot of pundits and a lot of papers will be tipping Sri Lanka to struggle in this year's World Cup. Is that motivation for you guys, or do you ignore that?
I think those are the past things. We have a good side and we are fresh faces, so we are trying to start again with this World Cup. I think that's as I said, we are prepared really well. we played two good practice games, and we played a match against Scotland, and we trained hard. We were really prepared, and we are trying to start with the World Cup.
Dimuth, you have one more question. Just about Sri Lanka's performances, they've been disappointing with respect to what the fans want from the team in terms of the series wins, say over the last year and a half. How do you turn that around? Is being a new captain for you in this setup, does it help because you don't come without any baggage from the one-day team? You had great success in Test captaincy in South Africa. Has that helped you to be able to communicate to the team what you want to say, and you're hoping that it can change the results as across the competition?
I think it's not easy if you don't know the players, and they never played a single game a long time. Even me, I came as, for the side after 4 years, so it's not easy. But if you get a chance, you need to prove yourself. So you every time you have a hungry. So I think those guys who come. The new faces, they want to do well and they want to perform to stay in the game, stay in the team. So I think it's one positive thing. And if you think, if you say the recent past, I think we couldn't do much better. But I think we are now playing as a team. New faces, and everyone wants to do well. And I have some lots of experienced guys who played World Cup before. And I think those are the key factors. If you can do really well in this World Cup, you need those experience and those kind of things.
Dimuth, have you identified who will bat with you at the top of the order? Because in Scotland, Tirimane batted in the middle order, and then you have Kusal Pereira, Avishka Fernando also, when he got a chance, played well. How are you going to manage all these different combinations at the top?
I think we gave everyone a chance. We want to see who's my best 11 to play the first game. Sometimes I might be play number 3 or open, so we are not decided yet. But we will see. We're going to see the wicket first tomorrow morning. Then we will decide who's going to open and number 3. That's the only things we want to change. Otherwise, the batting order will be the same.
Last 2 questions in English first.
Dimuth, have you sought any past advice from past greats in the Sri Lankan game to help your campaign?
I think Sangha came to us. Sangha gave a few advices. It's really helpful for us because he's done really well the last World Cup. How he prepared and how he mentally did those things. And Arjuna, who left the World Cup 1996, they all give us advices before we leave Sri Lanka. So those are the things. That's what we want. Those are the things we get some courageous, as past cricketers, they come in and helping us. It's a good sign. I think Mahel also here. I hope he will come back and talk to us as soon as possible.
The weather out there is looking a bit dodgy with the wet field. Who do you think that's going to benefit the most if it is still like that tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 game. If you do really well, if you 3 department, if you take New Zealand beat India and next day West Indies beat New Zealand, it doesn't matter who are the underdogs. But if you're doing really well in that particular day or particular time, you can win a game. So we are trying to compete with the others. All the teams are very competitive and very strong. So we just need to give a good competitive game. We win or lose, it doesn't matter. But if you give in a good competitive challenge, you can be definitely we can be in the winning side.